guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Selena. Thank you so much for joining me. So in today's video, I have a review and tutorial on the Kim Kardashian KKW Classic Palette. So this is what the unit carton looks like. It's all nude and it says KKW Beauty on it. And it says eyeshadow palette. And on the back is also nude and it has a sticker of all the information. And when you open it up, the palette is also nude, and on the back it has a sticker of all the shade names and the ingredients. And when you open it up, I will show you guys what the shades look like. So here are the shades. There are 3 shimmers and there are 7 mattes. You get a total of 7 shadows, and this is what it looks like. And it does come with a mirror. I didn't want to blind you guys, but here's what the mirror looks like. So I did use this eyeshadow palette before filming this, and I also use it in today's tutorial. So I have my thoughts on this palette. And I also want to compare it to the KKW times Mario palette. First of all, it is really pretty. It's very nude, great for everyday, great for work, great if you love neutrals. It's very nice. I absolutely do love KKW's eyeshadow palettes. I know this is only her second palette, but I really do love it. It's very consistent, very creamy, pigmented, and I didn't have any problems whatsoever. There is a little bit of kick up. I don't know if you can see, but it's not that bad. And I think that just a little bit of kick up just shows that there is pigment to the eyeshadow. It's nothing crazy. I don't think that there's any fallout when you apply the shadows to your eyes. I think that her shadows definitely do last all day. I have used this palette before. I've used it an entire day, and I definitely do think that it is very long lasting. And I really do love the selection of shadows that she included in here. You've got your nice setting color, you've got your brow bone, inner corner highlight color, you've got very nice transitional shades and really pretty lid colors that you can put all over your lids, and you also have your deepening up shadows to make your eye look a little bit more darker. I think that she could have put a little bit more of like deeper brown shadows in here. There's a lot of light shadows. There's like a random pink shadow. I just used it to get like a little bit of a pinkier look, but like for an everyday nude palette, I like browns, bronzes, and stuff like that. So I think that she could have used like a little bit more deeper shades. But I do think that this palette does do good on my skin tone, and I think that it'll look good on lighter skin tones as well. I really have no complaints on this palette. I really do love it, and the formula, I really do like it. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the Mario eyeshadow palette. So they are both the same size. The Mario palette is gray, and you can better see the writing on the back of it. And let me compare this for you guys. So on top is the classic palette, and on the bottom is the Mario palette. And that is what that looks like. Now, I think that if you have the Mario palette, that you definitely can also get the classic palette. I feel like they're very different. I mean, you do get those deepening shades, you get the matte all over shades, But even like the Mario palette, I feel like the matte setting shadow is more on the creamier side, and the classic palette is more tan. And like the deepening shades, I think the Mario palette is more of a brown, and the classic palette is more of a purple. And for the lid shades, I feel like the Mario palette has more of the silver tone to it, whereas the classic palette is a bit more bronze. And I mean, for the shadow, like the lid shades, I don't really see much similarities. I mean, you've got your silver, you've got your bronze, you've got your like champagne, there's a light gold, a deeper gold, your red tone shadow. Now these two golds might look a little bit similar. I can do comparisons in my swatches for you guys to show you guys the differences between the two. But I definitely do think that they are both worth it. I really do love KKW's formula, and I will continue on supporting her. I am going to be picking up the Classic Blossom palette, and I will do a video on that as well. So yeah, that is what the two look like side by side. So now I'm going to just show you guys how it came shipped. Alright, so when you get the palette, it comes in her box like this with the nude inside, and it does say KK Beauty on the inside. And the palette does come in a sleeve like this, and then there is her stuffing in here. But the one thing I didn't like is that the palette was it was put in here, and it was like in between this, but I feel like there was just room for it to just rock around like when it's being shipped. So I was lucky enough that my palette didn't come damaged, but I can see how it would get damaged if that did happen to anyone else. So that is what the box looks like, not that that matters. So yeah, back to the palette. I love her sleek packaging. I hope she continues on making more eyeshadows. I hope that they continue on with this kind of packaging, matte packaging, very nude and sleek. I really do like this. And yeah, I really do think that this palette is worth it. I will leave you guys the price somewhere around here. And by the way, you guys, I am also in my guest bedroom. I am currently remodeling my bedroom, and now this will be my filming area for now, and I really do like it. I feel like the camera somehow looks a lot better than my previous videos, and I am really happy with how this is looking right now. So let me know down below how you like this setup. With this first shade right here on the bottom row called Fade, and I'm going to use that for my setting shade. I like to use a cream shade to set my lids, and I already have my primer on. Alright, now for my crease shade, I'm going to take the second matte shade in the palette called Florence right here, and I'm going to put that all over my crease. Alright, and just to build that up a little bit, I'm going to go in with this shade called Calabasas. It's this matte shade right here, and I'm just going to use that to build up my crease. I like to just use the same blending brush. Alright, and just to add something to it, I am going to take the second matte shade on the bottom row right here called Dash, and I'm going to put that in my crease as well. Alright, and I'm going to take my Morphe M330 brush. It looks like this, and I'm going to take this pink matte shade in the palette called Selfish right here, and I'm going to put that in my outer crease. I'm going to take my Morphe M321 brush. It looks like a little bullet, and I'm going to take this matte shade called Family, I think. Family. It's called Family right here. I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm just going to put that in my outer V, just to darken up the look just a little bit. I'm kind of just focusing this on my outer crease. And then I'm going to go in my inner lids, and I'm going to go back in with the shade Calabasas right here. This matte shade, and I'm just going to put this in my inner crease. Alright, and I'm going to go in with my first blending brush, and I'm going to take the shade, the last matte shade in the palette called Gemini. It's this purpley shade right here, and I'm going to put this in my outer V. Just a little bit, just to deepen it up a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with a cut crease using my Lancome Anti Long Lasting Under Eye Concealer. And I'm just going to take my Morphe M421 brush. It's a concealer brush, and I'm just going to carve my lids. I normally don't do cut creases, so hopefully this turns out okay. So for my lid shade, I am going to go in with the gold shade in the palette called Chicago, and it's this really pretty shimmery gold color right here. And I just used my Real Techniques shading brush, and I go in with just a dry brush, and I apply it all over my lids. Alright, so I normally don't use setting spray, but I do want to spray it just to see what kind of payoff we can get with making it wet. But here's what it looks like without setting the shadow. And now I'm going to set it using my Mario Badescu facial spray, the Aloe Cucumber Green Tea one, and I'm just going to spritz that on my brush. Alright, so now I am going to go in with an under eye color. I'm going to take the shade called Family right here, the matte shade, and I'm going to put that all in my lower lash line using my Morphe M508 brush, and then just put this in my lower lash line. Alright, so now I am going to do my brow bone highlight. I'm going to use the matte shade called Fade that I set my lids with, and I'm just going to take that on my Wet n Wild all over shadow brush. I think that's what it's called. I like this brush to use for under my brow bone. And normally I would like a shimmer shade under my brow bone, but lately I have been using a matte brow bone shadow. Alright, Alright, now for my inner corners, I'm going to take the champagne shadow called Saint right here. And I'm just going to put that in my inner corners. And I like to use my Real Techniques accent brush for my inner corner highlight. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Alright you guys, so this is my finished look. I did complete this look off with my Brown Sugar Kylie lip liner and my matte liquid lipstick in the shade Malibu and the Kylie lip gloss in the shade Literally. And that is the lip combo that I used in this video. And now I'm going to zoom you guys into the completed eye look. Alright you guys, so here are the first 5 swatches of the palette. The first shade is called Saint. It is described as a metallic champagne. The second shade is called Florence. It is described as a matte yellow-brown. The third shade is called Selfish. It is described as a matte terracotta. The fourth shade is called Calabasas. It is described as a matte light brown. And the last shade is called Chicago, and it is described as a metallic bronze. Alright, so moving on to the bottom row, the first shade is called Fade. That is a matte creamy beige. The second shade is called Dash. That is a matte warm taupe. The third shade is called North. That is a metallic copper. The fourth shade is called Family. That is described as a matte red brown. And the fifth shade is called Gemini. That is described as a matte deep brown. Alright, so here are the swatches between the Classic palette and the Maria palette. I did find four different shadows from each palette, and I swatched them side by side. So the first one right here, I think that there's a little bit of a noticeable difference between these two. And the second one as well, I feel like there is a difference. The third one, you can kind of see the difference. And the fourth one does look pretty similar. But overall, I do feel like all of these are different tones. They might appear a little similar, but I do think that they are different. And I definitely do think that it is worth having both palettes, especially if you're a collector, or you love Kim Kardashian, or if you love her formula. I mean, it's really good. I really do recommend it. And I recommend it if you love neutral everyday colors. I think you'll get a very great use out of both palettes. And I think that each one just helps complete it. And I do recommend it. So yeah, these are the swatches and comparisons that I found between the two. I think the other shadows are pretty different. These were just the ones that may appear more similar than the others. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my swatches. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, it would mean so much if you can hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. That way you are notified every time I upload. So now if you guys are interested, I will show you guys what I have coming up, and if you guys would like to just know more about where I've been and what's to come, then just stay tuned. Alright you guys, so I just wanted to talk about where I've been and everything that I have coming up in the future. So I've been working a lot lately. I've been working full-time for the past 2 months, and everything has just been out of control, and I just didn't have time. And every time I did have time to film, it was either cloudy or rainy, and I depend on sunlight in all my videos, and if it's not sunny out, I can't film. And just everything, and I know I just keep making up excuses, and I do apologize for that. I really do want to be on here more, and I'm really trying to film as much as I can. Even now with my husband home and stuff in the background, I am just going to keep on going and continue filming because I do miss you guys and I do enjoy doing this. So anyways, now I just wanted to show you guys some palettes that I have to review, and if you guys don't even care to see it, or if you guys are wanting to see a review in particular or a tutorial or whatever you want to see, just comment down below and let me know what you want me to film, and I will definitely film that one. So in no particular order, these are just some of the things that I have to film. So the first one is the Huda Beauty Remastered palette, the Rose Gold Remastered, and I actually picked this palette up the day it came out, and that is how far behind I am of filming. I picked this out May 22nd when it came out, and I still haven't even used it. It's still in the box, and this is a $65 palette, you guys, and I really do need to start using this palette. Let me know if you want to see a review, or if you'd rather me use it first to get an opinion or a first impression. Comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. So yeah, this is the Huda Beauty Remastered palette. There's that one. Another palette that I have, it's not new or nothing special. It is the Kathleen Lights ColourPop palette, the Dream Street palette. I did use this palette. Just let me know if you want to see a video on this. I'll just do whatever I can think of for the next video. So yeah, there's this one. I also have the ColourPop Shayla Perception palette. And I have the Juvia's Place Deuce palette. This palette has really pretty colors in it. I guess I can show you guys. When I look at this palette, this is like a palette that I'm not going to be wearing every day. Probably not again after I do a video with it. But the colors are really pretty. And I do love Juvia's Place formula. I feel like I'm not as talented as other YouTubers, and I'm not really into those colorful shadows, but that is that palette. I also have the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. Still haven't even used this palette yet. So that's what it looks like. Alright. I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nervina palette. I have used this palette, so I can give you guys a like actual review on the palette. If you guys want to see a review on it, I have used this palette. It's actually out of the carton right now because I have used it. There's that one. I also have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I still haven't used this one yet, so I really do want to use this palette, but I've been waiting to film with it. And lastly, so far, I have the Jaclyn Hill Vault. I did pick up all of these individually at Ulta, but I did get all of them. And I did use the Ring the Alarm palette. I don't know if you guys want to see a 4-in-1 video or like a first impressions or a review, or I don't even know if you guys are interested in this, but yeah, I do have this to review also. And I am also waiting for the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I will insert what it looks like right here. So yeah, that is what I have to film for you guys. And if you guys are interested in like any holiday palettes, or even if it's not palettes, if it's something you guys are interested in, comment down below and I will be more than happy to do that for you guys. Right now I'm just trying to get all my eyeshadow palettes reviewed or have a tutorial, whatever, just uploaded, and hopefully I can start using these palettes so they're not just sitting there. But yeah, if you guys have anything else, I read everything. I respond to all my comments down below. So yeah, that is my video for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.